Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this tutorial I'll be demonstrating how to create these cool little decorative cups on a striped cake. I'm sticking my 5-inch cake to my cake board with some buttercream frosting. Recipe for this will be in the description box below or in the eye icon above as well. Continue to layer on your cakes. I bake my cakes in 3-inch tall cake tins. These are 3 cakes that I've cut in half, so 6 layers of cake in total. Because it is super tall, what you can do is add in 2 dowels or 2 bubble tea straws through the center, and that's basically going to keep it from toppling over or becoming lopsided. Could also treat this as a 2-tier and put a cake board right through the middle with some dowels. I've decided not to use a cake board. Create a thin layer of frosting all around the cake. This is a crumb coat, and then gently smooth it down. Because it is a buttercream finish, I do like to go a little bit heavier on my crumb coat. Bring that lip of frosting to the center and pop into the fridge for an hour. The longer the better, because it is a super tall cake and you want the most stability you can get. Cover your cake in your chosen color. I've decided to go with black frosting, and I did so by coloring my frosting with gel food color. I did have half buttercream and half ganache, so I didn't have to use as much gel product. Cover the whole cake, and because you're going to be using a comb, you want it to be a little bit thicker than usual. Another tip is to smooth out your frosting completely first before you go in with the comb, and it just creates a much neater finish on your cake. This is our new super tall stripe comb that I'm using here, and as I go around I fill in the raised sections just to make sure that they're nice and thick. Keep going around, repeating this step until you're happy with the finish of your cake. I stopped at about here, and notice how they're nice and thick and protruding. The thicker they are, the easier your stripe will come out. Into the fridge for at least 3 hours, or into the freezer even. Just basically you want it to be nice and firm before you go in with your filling color. I've stuck with white. Whenever I do black and white, I always find that it's easier to do a darker base and then fill in with your lighter color. It just doesn't blend as much, and you get a much cleaner cut finish. Go around with your bench scraper until it's completely, you can see the lines between one and the other. It does help to heat up your spatula as well, so metal is best. Cut off that top lip with a hot knife. Remove the excess, and then I've used a hot spatula just to make sure that I get all those little frilly bits off the top of my cake, and it's a nice clean finish. Into the fridge she goes just to set, and in the meantime we'll create the little chocolate cups that you see there. So this is white chocolate. I like to use Nestle. I have balloons that I bought from the dollar shop, and these were 30cm round balloons, but I only filled them with maybe 1 breathful of air, and then I let some out just to get a nice small shape. Rest them on baking paper and into the fridge to set for 15 minutes. Then gently press in so it starts to release itself from the balloon. I like to cut at the very top, and it should just easily come undone on its own. You can cut off that little rim at the very bottom, that little foot there. I just kind of trimmed it off with my scissors later. I created 6, but I only actually ended up using 3 of these. You could use them for dessert cups as well, or to put fruit in or ice cream. And stick them to your cake with a little bit of frosting. Fill them as you wish. You could do little dollops, you could do macarons. Sky's the limit. I've chosen to just keep it simple, and I put in some pretty colourful flowers decorated on the cake and also in the cups. You could put little decorations. I didn't like them, so I decided to go on with my meringues. I always keep some in my freezer, so whenever I have little cases like this, it's just super easy to grab them and go. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and you give it a go. If you do, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so I can see your awesome creations as well. Hope you learned something new, and I'll catch you again next week. Bye for now.